Hello, so another analogy to explain to you how explain, illustrate, make you see how the space-time is and how the universe is not made of stuff and space-time, but only space and time. We can break down into smaller parts, but it's space-time, and some parts of space-time are so bunched up together that it refracts and it reverberates light, so it looks like there is something, but actually just space-time that's bent. Okay, so you take two nice jars that are exactly the same, like mason jar, okay? You fill them up. This is what I did. I took two mason jar and I filled them up with tea, like little grains of tea and cold water. And I heated one up, and then I put it down and let it cool after it boiled. And then I did the same with the other one. And while I was waiting for it to boil, I was stirring. And I was stirring, and I let it cool first, but as I was stirring, it had this really nice and beautiful and clear crystalline sound. And it was like a chime, very beautiful. It would echo a long time. And then I took the one that had just finished boiling from the microwave, and I set it next to it, the same quantity of water, the same quantity of tea, anything, and I tried to do the same sound, and it went talk, talk, talk. As it felt as if it was full of dirt. It felt as if it was full of something like sand or something like this. And I was like, isn't that interesting? Okay, and why is it like that? Why the sound doesn't turn? Is because instead of the water being homogeneous and so the sound can travel like this, it has those little swirls of, a differential of heat and direction, vortex of water going up and down and all that. So it's carrying the sound like this, and it's making it loop and basically annihilate itself. And so you just hear poop like that. And so the sound is very different. And then I waited some more time until it cooled a little bit and it was more homogeneous. And then ting, ting, had this beautiful crystalline sound. So what I'm trying to say is the only reason why light doesn't travel and we're not flooded with light, or why it, it looks like there is stuff, and that's only because of space-time that's being bent into what looks like matter, and light is being, looped into it. I'm saying light, but it like and vibrations, the vibration that are supposed to, travel straight, because space-time is looped on like many levels. You have big loops and small loops, just like a cloud. When the people say atoms, it's not a particle. We discovered it's more like probability. It's a fuzzy cloud. Okay, so if it's bigger, like and when you just take one atom, that's one atom. But if you take many, then it just looks like a fuzz of a cloud. And so when you're in it, it's misty, and you can hear even, some sound don't travel very well in that environment. Some are like, I think it's low sound. I don't remember actually. Some sound travel well, they can make it through the clouds, and some don't. And so depending on, I guess, the shape, not the shape, the density of the cloud. So if this cloud made out of water, then some sounds will travel easily. If the clouds are made out of wood, so you have a forest, it will echo differently. And if it's made of stone, you're in a cave, it echoes again differently. If you're in dirt bag, okay. So it is not that It is different things. It is just different weaving of the same thing. Yeah. Right. So how is it the same thing? Well, there are atoms of this, atoms of that. Well, think about an atom like in a simplistic way, a bag. First, you could have a bag of nothing in it, a bag with one ball in it, a bag with two balls, a bag with three balls. Would you call it a different bag just because it has 1, 2, or 3, or 4, or 25 balls in it? It's still a bag. And, you know, you just added more balls into it, that's all. You don't call a bag differently. But we call atoms differently depending on how many, is it isotope? How many atoms there is in it, how many nuclei, how many neutron, proton, electron there is in it. It's like a different atom. It's not a different, it's just more or less, but it's still the same thing. Alright, with different property, yes. A bag that's empty does not have the same property as a bag that has 25 balls in it. Yes. Okay, so that was my analogy also of how atoms are just atom, and then just one atom. Alright. And maybe someday we'll study what is the empty set, the atom that's empty. That would be cool. But thank you for listening to that story. I hope it was entertaining and it made some kind of sense. Alright, take care, bye.